The Cleveland Browns just pulled the trigger on a move so shocking, so calculated, and so potentially devastating that it could signal the end of an era in the 216 forever. If you thought Myles Garrett was a lifer in the orange and brown, you need to wake up right now because the front office just opened a door that was supposed to be locked and bolted shut. We are talking about a contract restructure that makes zero sense for the salary cap today, but makes all the sense in the world if you are planning to ship your best player out of town. Is this the ultimate betrayal of a fan base, or is it a front office masterclass in rebuilding a roster before it collapses? The clock is ticking, the paperwork is filed, and the NFL landscape is about to shift on its axis. Before we dive into the gritty details of this contract bombshell, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest, most honest NFL updates on the planet. We don't sugarcoat the news here, we give you the raw truth. The bombshell dropped early this morning, and the details are enough to make any Cleveland fan's stomach turn. The team has officially reworked Myles Garrett's deal, but this isn't your standard "let's save some money for free agency" move. Usually, when a team restructures a superstar, it's to lower the immediate cap hit so they can go out and sign more talent to help that star win. But that's not what happened here. In fact, the Browns didn't really gain much cap space at all for this season. Instead, they moved the dates of his roster bonus options. Originally, the team had to make a massive decision in March. They pushed that deadline all the way back to September, right before the season kicks off. Why does that matter? It matters because by delaying that payment, they have made Myles Garrett officially tradable. If that March deadline had passed and they paid him, his dead cap hit would have been an astronomical $70 million. No team in history is eating $70 million to trade a player. But now, after this restructure, that number has plummeted. If they move him before June 1st, it's a manageable $41 million. If they wait until after June 1st, they can spread that hit out over the next 2 years, making it a measly $15 million in 2026 and $25 million in 2027. They didn't do this to help the team win today. They did this to give themselves an escape hatch. But wait until you hear how the insiders are reacting to this, because the official story and the real story are two very different things. Whenever a massive story like this breaks, the team's PR machine goes into overdrive. You'll see reports from the big-name beat writers saying things like, "The team has no plans to move him," or "This is just for long-term flexibility." And sure, that's what the sources are telling them. But ask yourself this: why would a team tell the media they want to trade their best player? The second the league knows you're desperate to sell, the price drops. You don't tell the world you're selling your house because you're broke, you tell them you're testing the market. The reality is that multiple league sources are pointing to the same thing: maximum flexibility. This move was agreed upon by both the team and Garrett, which tells you that Garrett himself might be looking at the exit signs. He's 30 years old. He's a generational talent who has broken almost every record in the book. He's had a 23-sack season. He's led the league in tackles for loss. But what does he have to show for it in January and February? One playoff win. That's it. For a guy who told Micah Parsons on a podcast that his only remaining goal is a Super Bowl MVP trophy, the current state of the roster has to be frustrating. Who's to blame for this potential disaster? Is it the front office for not building enough around him, or is Garrett right to want out? Drop a name in the comments right now. I want to see who you're holding accountable. The timing of this is also incredibly suspicious. Just last week, the Browns were the ones pushing for a new NFL rule that would allow teams to trade draft picks up to 5 years into the future. At the time, everyone thought it was just a random administrative suggestion. But now, it looks like a setup. If the Browns want to move a player of Garrett's caliber, they aren't looking for a single first-round pick. They are looking for a historic haul. They want a package that includes 3, maybe even 4 first-rounders. By pushing for a rule change that allows for more distant picks to be traded, they are essentially creating a market where a team can sell their entire future to get Myles Garrett today. And don't think other teams haven't noticed. We already know the Chicago Bears were sniffing around at the trade deadline last year. They were told no then, but the door was locked at the time. Now, the door is ajar. We also know the Denver Broncos are desperate for a defensive identity, and they are exactly the kind of team that would sell the farm for a superstar. But there is one specific team in Texas that makes more sense than anyone else, and their owner is known for making moves that shake the entire league. But wait until you see the trade package that is being whispered about in NFL circles, because it involves more than just picks. When you think about all-in owners, Jerry Jones is the first name that comes to mind. The Dallas Cowboys are currently in a state of desperation. They have the talent, but they can't get over the hump, and Jerry is getting older. He wants a ring now. Reports have surfaced that the Cowboys were heavily involved in talks for Max Crosby recently, offering 2 first-round picks for a player with significant knee concerns. If they were willing to give up that much for Crosby, what would they give up for a healthy, record-breaking Myles Garrett? Imagine a deal where Dallas sends 3 first-round picks, including a highly coveted 2027 selection, to Cleveland. For the Browns, this would be an analytical dream. They are a team that lives and breathes by the numbers, and the numbers say that Garrett's trade value will never be higher than it is right now. He's coming off a legendary season, he's still in his prime, and his contract is now move-friendly. If you can turn one player, even a Hall of Famer, into 3 or 4 starters through the draft, the Moneyball front office in Cleveland has to consider it. But here is the catch that everyone is missing: the 2027 draft class. Why is everyone obsessed with 2027? According to the most plugged-in insiders in the league, NFL front offices are already hoarding picks for that specific year because of the projected quarterback class. If the Browns don't believe their current situation under center is the long-term answer, they might be clearing the deck to make a massive play for a franchise QB in 2 years. Trading Garrett isn't just about losing a pass rusher, it's about buying the currency to find the next great signal caller. Now, I have to ask the Browns fans watching this, if Jerry Jones calls tomorrow and offers 3 first-round picks and a starting player for Myles Garrett, do you take it? Type a 4 accept or D4 decline in the comments below. I'm torn on this one, but a haul like that is hard to ignore. As we look toward the future, we have to realize that the NFL is a business first. The Browns have positioned themselves to be the ultimate predators in the trade market. They haven't committed to a trade yet, but they have done the one thing a smart team does: they created options. Whether it's the Cowboys, the Bears, or even a surprise team like the Patriots, the bidding war for Myles Garrett would be the biggest story in sports. The Browns are entering a period of maximum uncertainty. They told Garrett they were committed to winning when they signed him to that massive extension, but if the wins don't come early this season, the flexibility they just created will be put to the test. If this team starts 1-4 or 2-5, don't be surprised if the news breaks that number 95 is heading to a contender. It would be a heartbreaking end for the fans in Cleveland, but for the front office, it might just be the start of the next big plan. Stay tuned, because this situation is moving faster than a Garrett swim move. If you want to be the first to know when the next shoe drops, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. You don't want to be the last person to find out your franchise player is gone. Would you like me to look into the specific salary cap numbers for a post-June 1st trade to see exactly how much cash the Browns would have to play with in free agency?